Internets, hello you lovelies and welcome to my Kneecap review.
Kneecap, so-called Irish language rappers promoting antisocial behaviour and violence.
Now Kneecap is a film that blew my mind. It is one of my favorite movies of the year, top 10. It is one of the most insane movies I've seen in years, and it is a movie about an Irish trio in the world of hip-hop that are using their language.
There are 80,000 native Irish speakers in Ireland. 3 of us have become rappers.
To fight back against their oppressors using hip-hop. It is absolutely so much my shit, and this review is the first of its kind because this review is the first one that I'm doing for me. I don't care if 12 people watch this. I would love if 12,000 people watch this, but even if just 12 people watch this, if one person sees this movie because of me, I will have done my job. I have built a platform for very specific things, and I want this platform that I have made to get the word out about this movie that means so much to me.
You're sure are gonna be as real like for culture if we like grammar when she's blast us been the diary seeing hip hop could you on your do I look like I want to read subtitles?
So please, if you liked this movie, or if you're going to go see this movie, or just like this video, leave a like. I want to know that there is an audience for me to do stuff that's more independent, so hopefully once every so often we can make more stuff like this. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've seen this film, if you're interested, if there's other Irish films that I need to check out, because honestly, like, my favorite comedy is Martin McDonagh. Like, what Martin McDonagh makes is my sense of humor. In Bruges is my favorite comedy of all time. Banshees of Inisherin is absolutely genius. I love the more dramatic stuff like Wind That Shakes the Barley and Belfast, and like, I come from that world to a point a few generations ago, not like my parents, but it means a lot to me to see movies like this exist, so let me know if there's any Irish films that I have missed that I should check out in the comments below. Let's talk about Kneecap, if you're still here. I adore that this movie is so bombastic, so insane, so bold, but it's so full of heart.
Here, dog, tree.
And that's what I love about Irish comedy, is it's pitch black, it is full of all the things you're not supposed to say and do a lot of the time, and it's always full of heart. There's such a musicality, such a sincerity, such a screw you, but I care in Irish culture, in Irish everything. In Boston, there is a sense that people think that we don't like you because there's an aggressiveness, but the first person that's going to help you if your car breaks down is a Bostonian. Like, they will, you know, call you an idiot, but they will be there to help. And I think that's because Boston feels so much like Ireland. When I went to Ireland, it was insane how much it felt like home right away. It was insane how much I felt like I belonged there.
When you real for horse from Kyo?
George go studio again. What? Because Wrench Beats.
Can you like? Well, you hear Abbey Road,
Abbey what?
And all of the actors play themselves. That's one of the most insane things about this film. The actors in this film are literally not actors, and I would have sworn that any of them could have led another film or a supporting role in another film. The lead, DJ Pravi, is literally a leading man on a dark comedy on Apple. Like, he feels like that, and he's never acted before, and he literally is a teacher turned DJ that wore a mask to hide his face so he could keep teaching in school, and then got revealed who he was because he appeared in a music video with Brits out on his butt and was recognized and then was fired. It's insane, the story, and he plays himself, and he's an incredible actor. And our two leads, the other two, are sensational and young. They're in their 20s, early 30s. Incredible. I think one's 23, one's 29, and I think the DJ is like 34. It's insane that they played themselves and are incredible actors that keep up with Michael Fassbender. Michael Fassbender's in this movie, and he is a force of nature, as he always is, but hearing him speak so aggressively, articulately, so powerfully with the Irish language, about the Irish language, for the Irish language. He's the one that coins the expression. That is his message, and you feel that intensity in every word he speaks in the film. He's incredible, and they keep up these incredible hip-hop stars that have never acted, playing themselves, keep up with that, and it's incredible. The directing is also sensational. It's so energetic. It is so captivating. You never get distracted by how much is happening, which is also hard in a film as energetic as this. It's never overstimulating to the point of like shiny. It stays riveting but it escalates beautifully.
Here, a certain is right to speak Irish.
A Belfast band has been criticised for chanting anti-British slogans.
Could have just been a 110-minute music video. It isn't. It is an incredible biopic. It's got incredible performances that'll rival most of your Oscar bait biopics. It is an incredible coming-of-age story in its own way of these people realizing what they want to do. It's an incredible hip-hop story. I love hip-hop. One of my favorite shows on TV in the last 10 years is Wu-Tang: An American Saga, because it shows how hip-hop is a great tool for the oppressed. And this movie is that for Ireland. And I did not think I'd ever see a story like this out of Ireland, much less played by the people that are living it. And this all just happened. 2019 is the start of this film. The legislation that passed that this film surrounds is 2022. This band is playing festivals right now. Their vinyl is available at like Walmart and online. I'm buying it off their website because I want to support them. Incredible story, incredible music, really powerful message. I didn't want to get too political on this because I want it to not alienate people, and I want as many people to see it as possible, even people that don't align with me politically. It is wonderful to see how important rebellion can translate, and it's wonderful to see someone fight using their skills. And for me personally, I love language so much. I love words. I love storytelling. I love the power of the word. And that has always meant a lot to me. That's why I do this. I have so many pictures of words. There's a piece of art at Burning Man that changed my life that is the word, half in the ground, and then etched into it as part of the art, the word in thousands of languages. And it changed me. Like, that piece of art really affected me. Words are power, and it's really, really incredible and important that we use them and we stand up for ourselves and we speak for ourselves. And if we can also make them entertaining, if we can also make it a story, but if it can be an entertaining story, if it can be something that bridges into that pop culture lexicon, the culture, if you find pop culture to be a swear word, but if it can get into the culture and if it can get into the societal flow, it can cause major change. And I love that this movie exists. It feels like it was made just for me. Again, this might be for 12 people, this video, but I want any of you to see it. If you do, please leave a comment below. It is perverse, it is violent, it is intense, it is everything that makes people that are comfortable uncomfortable, and people that are comfortable while the world's on fire need to be uncomfortable. And I love that. And I love the culture of Ireland so much that I've always wondered about the language. And the language is so, it's really hard to learn. I've tried, but it's so specific and beautiful. It's about as far from the Romance languages as you get. It is not your Spanish, French, English. It is not derived from what we hear mostly in America. And I loved experiencing a film about it. The Irish language is so rare even in Ireland that I didn't start seeing signs that weren't like 50-50 until I was like pretty far north. And I was from the whole West Coast, did the southern, coast up to the East Coast to Dublin. And the whole journey I'd see like, 70% English, 30% in Irish language. And then as you go north, that's, where it is. And even like the expression Northern Ireland versus north of Ireland is divisive. There's so much about Ireland that Americans don't get taught. And I know about like the Troubles and Good Friday and the potato famine because like family. And I would imagine Americans probably know the potato famine, but even like the Troubles and Good Friday, maybe not. And this film accomplishes informing you of so much while being entertaining that I hope that'll never happen. But I hope they bring this on that rickety VHS player on the days you have substitute teachers into school, because it's so impactful and important. There's so much about language, and there's so much about representation. There's so much about what it is to be seen as a culture in American culture, especially in the last 10 years. Deservedly so. There needs to be representation of peoples that live here and that have lived here. And I don't personally think there's a lot of that for Irish culture. I think it's because Irish culture is seen as either already here or a joke, and we don't care, which is also like a thing. Like, and when I say we, I'm sure the comments are going to come at me for like how Irish I am and stuff. According to 23andMe, 84.9%. According to my family, since I've been born. According to trolls on the internet, not at all. But I have always identified, or as I grew up, identified with this culture that people see as like St. Patrick's Day, like a bunch of drunks, or like a paddy wagon, like where you put the Irish in the back of a cop car. And I feel like Irish people just aren't as offended, so it's gotten to be that joke. But when you actually look at it, it's an entire people that are storytellers. It is an entire people of musicality. It's an entire people of shared traditions that aren't shared here. That musicality is like, I see Flogging Molly whenever I can. But when I was there, and I've seen Dropkick enough times. I want to see them again, but I've seen them a lot. But when I was there in Ireland, it was every pub had someone playing some of the most beautiful music I'd ever heard. Every corner felt like a song. There was so much poetry in the architecture, in the people, in the way the towns were constructed. It's so beautifully story. And I do not feel like that gets brought across here. And I feel like the movies that make it across give a little taste of that. But I love that this movie has all of that. But it's still the aggressive side of rebellion. There's an expression in the film. Every active choice to use the Irish language is a weaponized choice to go at their oppressors. And I feel like everyone talks about, oppressed people, and obviously, and this I hope was understood, but people of color, oppression is a lot more prevalent in this country. I am not denying any of that. I'm only speaking to my experience, this film's experience, all those things. So please don't come at me with your attempt, especially as a white person, to virtue signal oppression. But white people in certain circumstances, and white people in certain time periods, and white people in certain places are also oppressed, and also by other white people. British people by nature have colonized a lot. And it's really interesting to see a film about people that have been oppressed by the same villains that we've had throughout history, but having dealt with it in different ways. It was really recent that there was ever anything passed about the Irish language even being recognized in Ireland. And this film tells the story of that. It was like 2022. That's yesterday. That's insane. This film takes place from 2017 to now, by the way. This film, or 2019 to now. This film's literally in the last 5 years. All of this just occurred.
Making their U.S. TV debut, performing Sick in the Head. Please welcome Kneecap!
This movie is incredible. Thank you, Kneecap. Thank you to Sony for making it. What an experience. See Kneecap. Listen to Kneecap. You can find them on Spotify. You can find them on wherever you stream music. I'm going to buy their album to support, but you can stream it anywhere. Incredible band. Hood is an insane, great, accessible track. Get the Brits Out is going to be probably your most accessible club track. The fact that the only non-Kneecap music in this was Prodigy also made me so happy, because Prodigy is one of my favorite bands of all time. Everything else is them, but the one track that isn't is Prodigy. Just look up Kneecap. Have an experience, see the movie, listen to their music. Thank you. My God, I'm going to be talking about this movie again at the end of the year for my top 10, but I had to get the word out while it's still in some theaters. Seek it out. It's worth the drive. Wherever it's playing, try to watch it. Much love, y'all. Kneecap. Thank you. Oh, and for the 12 of you that watch this, follow, like, subscribe. I want to grow this page. So if you did watch this, if you found it somehow, more stuff like this is on this page. So subscribe and shit. Thanks.